people. Say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Now people, like you all know, biggest topic, social media, in the news, in a real life. Donna-lee, Donaldson, Noel, Maitland, Cathy and Smith. Latest episode, we see that everybody is lawyering up. Everybody is doing damage control. Everybody is using reverse psychology. And when I say everybody, I am not speaking about the mother of the victim, Donna-lee Donaldson. I am speaking about the persons who are supposed to be persons of interest, and even better yet, suspects in this case. Noel Maitland and also Cathy Ann Smith. Now people, the other day we saw that the lawyer for Cathy Ann, his name is Oswes Senior Smith. He came out and he said that, listen, my client had a cordial relationship with Donna-lee, cordial relationship with Mr. Maitland, no fuss, no fight, two not so Sketelina type of people, so therefore they have not done anything wrong. If anything, court of public opinion, JCF, they are barking up the wrong tree. They are actually the victims, meaning Cathy Ann, and even as far as our family overseas are getting all sorts of DEATH threats. People, that is according to the lawyer. Now we see the lawyer for Noel Maitland, big lawyer, top lawyer, Christopher Townsend. Christopher Townsend did an interview the other day, and pretty much he is saying that Noel Maitland is concerned about the safety and well-being of his girlfriend Donna-lee Donaldson. Him and her had a very cordial, decent relationship. So therefore he is concerned. He wants her to get back home to her mother. Now people, I am going to let you take a look to exactly what the lawyer had to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Has your client, Mr. Townsend, expressed concern on the part of his girlfriend being missing to you? How is he reacting to all this?
Yes, man. He's extremely concerned. Several reasons, of course. Primary reasons that her safety and her safe return is very important to him. And of course, when she returns, or if she returns, then all of this will go away because he has had a very trying time. You can imagine everybody calling you, people threatening your life. Everywhere you go, you are at everybody's lips, and in a negative way. So it is indeed extremely stressful for him, and it has damaged his reputation without any proof that he did anything. All of this, is really public opinion that is being driven. He has been receiving death threats from very early in the day, to the point where he's afraid to even answer his phone. Well, I've been instructed that there are at least 2 eyewitnesses who confirm that when they saw her, she was in the process of departing the premises. So you have 2 other persons corroborating what he said. I have seen the news conferences that were conducted, and I believe that certainly if it is that you're going to conduct this type of investigation, you have to do it with a very open mind. Because if you don't, the would-be perpetrator might just slip through your hands. So you have to be looking everywhere. At this point, it appears, and I will emphasize that it appears that they're focusing on these 2 persons. There's no reason to remove him. There's really none. And we have to be very careful how it is that we crucify people. And this is not even suspicion. This is just public opinion. Public opinion is really, or certainly it appears, right? As it appears that it's dictating the fact.
Now people, here is my take as it pertains to lawyers in Jamaica. Even the top lawyers And I am not saying that every one of them, I am just speaking in general. Lawyers in Jamaica are mostly overrated. Mostly overrated because I think that they are just a set of hustlers. So pretty much they don't really do a whole lot of homework. However, they get the benefit of the doubt because of what exists in Jamaica. Be it the body club, be it the corruption, and even worse. The prosecution, they are woefully inept. They don't really do their job, so therefore they're always fumbling the ball. So therefore, the prosecution worse, and then the lawyer bad. So therefore, the bad always trumps over the worse. So that is that. Now people, let's think about what Mr. Christopher Townsend had to say in his interview and why it makes absolutely no sorts of sense. There is nobody else in which any sorts of fingers are pointing on other than Noel, other than Cathy Ann. Nobody else. However, this man now claims, and people, I spoke about this yesterday, however, I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth himself. Him claims that them have 2 witnesses. Now people, him not for going to a news conference and say this. These 2 witnesses supposed to show up by Fitzbailey and his team of investigators, detective, and make sworn statement, sign and seal. We don't need to hear that on social media. But people like me say, these lawyers will say just about anything once them get that retainer. Even if the evidence or what people say is totally different. It's a hustle. So therefore, them want them client feel comfortable because them know say yes, this is a big money scheme. Them can get $2 million off of this case because this person, Mr. Noel Maitland and also Cathy Ann, they realize that they're in a ton load of trouble. So therefore, them are going to do whatever it takes to get out. So therefore, him know say, him a say all sorts of ka-ching ching. Whole lot of cash coming forward very soon. Now people, your DCP, Deputy Commissioner of Popo, Assistant Commissioner of Popo, people, me not really know the difference on the title. He also went on IG and he made a post, and pretty much people, he is doing damage control, what we call reverse psychology. Now people, you know what reverse psychology is, and this might not be the perfect reverse psychology. However, in this case, it is as if a man have a girlfriend and the girlfriend a cheat. She is cheating, so therefore she try to use reverse psychology to make the man feel as if him do something wrong. So in other words, she go said to him, but you know, say me cook on Sunday and you never come home, so therefore me get mad. I'ma go over Joe Grind house, and when me a walk, me trip and flip and drop on him DICK. So therefore you have to blame yourself. People, that might not be an appropriate reference, however, you get the point. The point that I am trying to make is that these people, meaning the lawyers for both persons of interest supposed to be suspect, and also the DCP or ACP, Assistant Commissioner of Popo, Deputy Commissioner of Popo, Fitzbailey, are doing damage control. I am thinking that Fitzbailey saw that interview that was done by this lady, Constable Brown, who said she works at 100-man Popo station. She did an interview with Andre, and she made some very damning allegations. She pretty much said the whole case is corrupted. They are taking up, meaning ACP and his crew, Constant Spring Popo Station, everything is severely compromised. I am sure that he has seen that because bloggers like myself, trending on YouTube, other bloggers, everybody see it. It is obvious. It is not as if it can be swept under the rug. So they see what the public is saying, John Public. They see what the court of public opinion is saying. So therefore, they are not going to sit back and act as if them not know say things kind of get desperate, things kind of get bleak for them. So therefore, them have to say something. Them have to put up some sorts of defense, even if that defense is very weak. And people, at the end of the day, it is the evidence. At the end of the day, it is the facts. No matter how you try to corrupt it, people still have common sense. People have a mind of their own. People listen to everybody, meaning the mother, the family. People see the facts that this girl was picked up by the boyfriend and she missing ever since. So therefore, whatever they have to say, it is going to make absolutely no sorts of sense. However, they have to do something. So pretty much what the Assistant Commissioner of Popo, Deputy Commissioner of Popo is saying, listen, I have to do things by the book. I am not going to listen to all the noise out there. This is going to be based solely on facts, solely on evidence. Even if that evidence is not what the court of public opinion or the public, John Public, wants to hear. That is my duty. That is my job. I am going to block out all the noise. And the noise meaning that what bloggers are saying on social media. The interview that was done by Constable Brown. Now people, a lot of times you have to understand this is social media. So therefore, believe half of what you hear and half of what you see. Sometimes people have ulterior motive. However, you have to learn to pick sense out of nonsense. So I say this to say that sometimes people have things to say. However, them over sensationalize, them exaggerate, them take it to the furthest extent, and it makes them seem less credible. Now, based on information that I got, it is said that yes, this constable does exist. People, me not know her from nowhere. Me just tell you what people tell me. Maybe somebody tell them and that somebody is wrong. So therefore, if me wrong, is because my source wrong. However, I cannot validate and verify everything. However, the checks that I've done, it says that she actually exists. However, she said something that Noel and what's his name drink together. People, me don't know about that. She said that the evidence is compromised. People, I believe that part. She said that the person that drove the truck with the couch, he exists and he knows everything. Him get extra money. I would not have any sorts of reasons not to believe that. She said a whole bunch of things. That the Constant Spring Power Station is in everything them a cover up for Noel Maitland. Based on the history and resume of the JCF corruption, I have no doubts about that. However, certain things that she said make me kind of question the fact that she knows that whenever she makes statements like these or accusations and allegations like these, her life can be in danger. I don't know if anybody wants to put their life in danger, especially when they are still in Jamaica, especially when they are given a date in which they are going to leave the country. We know so they can be intercepted like the NFL at the airport. And if some of these popo feel as if she is damaging their character, she can pretty much lose her life. However, people, sometimes when people don't care no more, sometimes when people want to be a hero, sometimes them play zero. Now people, most importantly and significantly is the family of Donna-lee Donaldson, the mother. Based on conversations that I've had with people, that work in top law offices in top states in America, may I talk about top 10 lawyer or so, people are watch, and based on conversations they are saying, listen, the suspect, the person of interest, a lawyer up. They are defending themselves. So therefore, Donna-lee Donaldson's parents' mother, they are doing themselves a big disservice or injustice if they don't get a lawyer. Now people, when them talk about lawyer, me not talk about no public defender lawyer, me not talk about no bush lawyer, me I talk about the top of the top lawyer. And as a matter of fact, that person even said, listen, most lawyers in Jamaica will probably not take up this case or take up her case because they are going to be afraid that they are going to get blacklisted and even worse, end up in some sort of black box, some sort of casket. However, you have lawyers out there that have big name that can represent this family. However, this family probably don't have the money to pay that retainer. So therefore, the person recommended that, listen, somebody in the family with sense that have organizing skill need to put up some sort of GoFundMe and get the proper amount of money for the proper legal representation, or else, if and when this case goes to court, these lawyers, they are going to tear Donna-lee Donaldson's family and mother to pieces like a rag doll. So therefore, not only is she going up against the lawyers who are supposed to be competent lawyers, she is going up against the system. And people, we understand the system. The system does not play fair. The system is a part of the body club. So therefore, whenever these lawyers go to court and link up with the judge, link up with the prosecutors, in whom they are familiar and friends with in that body club, you as a person, meaning Donna-lee's family, will have no sorts of resistance put up against corruption, against the body club, and against whatever intention these people have for pretty much throw off this case. So people, there are certain things that are occurred in this case in which we should be concerned about, in which we see that the defense lawyers, the person of interest lawyers, are trying to do damage control and using all sorts of reverse psychology. However, there are certain things that they cannot fight. There are certain things that are factual and can never be disproved in a court by any sorts of lawyer. And these are some of them. Number one, how is it that you fight the statement of a mother that lost her daughter? How is it that you dispute when a mother says that, listen, my daughter was in a rocky relationship with this man. There were several instances in which the matey, meaning Cathy-Ann, the baby mother, called and a fighter and a threatener. There has been instances in which she draw a toll for my daughter. And even the last, most significantly, is that night in which she was missing. There is statements from the neighbors say, yeah, them say two pawpaw, including Cathy-Ann, go out the house. After she entered the premises on Chelsea, there was all sorts of ruption, all sorts of furniture turnover, all sorts of buckle, all sorts of glass and mash. So therefore, how do you dispute that? The next thing, these lawyers make it seem as if Donna-lee and Noel had a cordial relationship, no sorts of trouble in a paradise. They also made it seem as if Donna-lee and Cathy-Ann were body friends. However, that is not so. Evidence prove otherwise. So people, at the end of the day, it is straightforward. The facts are these. There is no other person of interest, and there is no other person that are suspects. All fingers are pointing to two people. Those two persons, Noel and Cathian, and the next Popo, make it three, the unidentified Popo. There is voice notes that implicates Mr. Noel Maitland. That is the voice of Noel Maitland. That is the infamous voice note about the couch conversation, in which we clearly see that the couch was not just a couch. The couch might have been a couch with body or some sheet wrapped up with some sort of garbage bag with some sort of person inside it. So people, my point is this. There are certain things in which you can dispute. However, there are certain facts that exist in which you cannot use any sorts of reverse psychology, any sorts of damage control, because they do exist. And even anybody with an iota of sense will see that there is something suspicious about these two persons. There is something suspicious about the JCF, including the Assistant Commissioner of Popo, Fitz Bailey. There is something suspicious when you take forever and a day to get evidence from the cars and the apartment or house of the two persons of interest. There is something suspicious when the two persons of interest, other than Jamaica, any other place, would have been taken off duty because they do not represent what the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, is supposed to stand for. So people, may just say, if what the mother is saying is correct, if what the neighbors are saying is correct, if what Constable Brown is saying is correct, how is it that these lawyers, the ACP, have different information other than the information that is factual? It seems as if they are delusional or them just plain outright fool. However, we are not. We see what is going on, and it is obvious as night and day. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.